So the beauty about doing this exercise right there and doing this is that you can set everything up and tape it down, okay? You can tape it down on your cutting mat here. So I have one parent, which is the blue, and then I have the second parent, which is the yellow. Now these are all gonna be different mixtures going in sequence, going from lighter to darker, more opaque to transparent. But I just kind of put these green pieces in here to kind of show you that these are the mixtures, okay? But I have everything taped down. So now that I have everything taped down, I know that I also need to cut along. So I'm only making one cut for all of these, for each of the edges. I'm just gonna draw these lines between, so I remember that I have to cut these as well. Okay. Doesn't need to be perfect though. There's beauty in error.
Those green papers that you have there, they mimic the color that they're going to be, no?
Right, this is not real coloring
Yeah.
paper. Yep. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start cutting. So I've got everything taped down, hopefully pretty well, and I'm gonna cut out the middle square. Okay, now things are gonna move and shift, that's okay. As long as I can keep the order while I'm cutting, I'm gonna be good. So, this is my first one. So I would remove this guy, right, because he's a parent. There's my child in the middle. I'm gonna remove this other parent because he doesn't belong.
Yeah.
You sound sad, Amparo. Yeah.
No, I mean, have a few mistakes I made.
And then these should line right up.
Sometimes the child come out.
Yeah. Sometime.
Well, the child
And the child can come out, yes.
Yeah.
There's a child in all of us.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do the next one. So I'm just gonna continue on going across, right? But if I have everything taped down how it's supposed to be, after I get everything cut, all I have to do is transfer it to my Bristol board.
Yeah.
So I think what was happening is some people were only doing the inlay in one direction and not in this direction. So make sure that when you do it, you're cutting all four sides of that square through all pieces that it needs to go through. And when I cut, I try to remind myself, that first cut I did, I was pressing really hard. But after I do that first cut, I'm like, don't press so hard. Because you're gonna get a better cut if you just score it a couple times.
Yeah.
When you press hard, it moves all over the place. I don't know, maybe you didn't discover that, but I discover that when I'm working. Like that. I'm gonna move this parent. This is gonna be a different mixture, right? But this is just for demonstration purposes only.
Yeah. I mean, this is, yeah.
Don't try to sell this video.
No.
That one did not.
For the next class that we're going to do in our master.
Yes, so
we want
before,
to-
yes, let me talk about that quick, I'm sorry, I forgot to. So while we're kind of wrapping up class, for those of you that are cleaning up, I wanna make sure that we talk about what you need to do for next class. So this exercise that you started today, the color film and the color, or the color stain is due along with the illusions of space. And next class, we're going to start talking, we're gonna start playing with the, where did my little guy go? Here he is. We're gonna start playing with, working on the master studies, okay? So make sure that you bring your master image in. If you are anticipating that you may want to use magazines, bring in magazines, okay? If you want to do magazines for your master study, you can, but you need to bring in your own, okay? You can't use a community box of magazines, you have to have your own. If you do not want to do magazines, or if you're not sure, you can always use the color aid paper. And some paintings lean towards using color aid paper better than using a magazine. So look at your painting and think about what material you'd like to use. Another thing is that we have blog entry number 6. Is everybody listening here? Blog entry number 6 is happening, and it is basically you're going to finish up your color stain or your color film. You're going to post it in blog 6, and you are going to get feedback from your peers. So this is kind of a peer critique again, similar to what we did with the value gradation, okay? So you'll respond to 2 peers' work, and you'll post yours, and you should get responses from your peers on your work,
For
okay?
the one that we started today?
Yes, yep, the color stain